All right. Good afternoon, folks. This is Hunter Jackson again with Giant Recreation World, Winter Garden, Florida, and obviously I am super excited to show you this one today. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 2026 Forest River Sabre 37 miles, and as cool as this outside patio is, the inside is even cooler. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's go. Hey guys, just real quick announcement before we get started today. There is a ton of new people that have joined the channel now. So first of all, huge thank you. It truly means the world to me from the bottom of my heart. But I just want to let everybody know that I post new videos every single Friday. It just kind of varies on the time. I shoot for noon though, and I'm getting better about getting a set schedule. So if you like the content, feel free to hit the bell or whatever they say out there. And if I did a good job today, leave me a like, comment, all those kinds of things. So thank you so much, and let's get into it. Alrighty guys, let's get rolling on the 2026 37 RV Miles by Sabre. Right up here in the front, we've got a molded fiberglass front cap, and I really enjoy that they're carrying it over a good distance away. So we talked about the Cedar Creek a few weeks ago. This is just ever so slightly less carryover than what that Cedar Creek was providing for us. As we move down the side of the coach though, I want to go ahead and point out our construction method. So this is going to be a fully laminated fiberglass wall with our aluminum framing going on. Checking out this first little storage compartment. This is going to be one of two 20-pound LP tanks, but as you can see, they left plenty of space up above if you did want to upgrade that down the road. The benefit of those 20-pounders though is that you can exchange them at most any gas station out there. Moving into our first and main storage compartment here, you can see I've got a couple of my belongings going on, but I really enjoy the way that Sabre has finished off this interior compartment. 2026, putting this non-slip mat in here is making a huge difference, and they've even included, get my camera stuff out of the way, another mini fridge. So if you wanted to put a couple of beers or Gatorade, water, whatever you're into, you've got that option out here. But overall, very well finished off storage compartment in here. Moving out and around, you can see we've got our four solid steps going on. I can't count today, with a nice little grab handle off to the left-hand side here. This is far enough back that you can grab it without getting on that first step, which is a huge feature. Moving back and around, I want to point out on most every single Sabre product, they're going to be putting on this Reflectix material on the exterior of the window. I believe they call it, like a polarizing film or something going on out here. It keeps the heat from going inside your RV near as much though. Now, let's get to the fun part, the outside patio on this. And I'm going to show it from inside as well, but look how cool this is. I mean, this is spectacular. And the way that they folded it up against the wall here to be completely flush and losing no interior floor space, that's a huge feature for me. I hope that they start putting this type of patio on a lot of fifth wheels out here. I don't know if Sabre has any sort of like rights to it though right now. It'd be interesting, that'd be a good question for the representative there. Moving around to the back side of the RV, you can see we've got two windows. So this is going to be our bunk room style setup here. And you can see they've given you an additional headroom height by dropping the frame here in the rear. And while we're down here, I want to point out that we've got 4-point auto level going on this unit. Not a surprise, it's a fifth wheel. Auto level is almost always standard, but it's worth noting. Let's go ahead and swing around to the business end of the RV and see kind of what's going on here. As you can see on this rear slide, this is going to be a cable-driven slide mechanism, but everything else on the coach is going to be rack and pinion, but everything is also fully laminated. Moving down the side of the RV here, go ahead and point out real quick, our rack and pinion through frame system going on. This is the most reliable by far, but I like that the cable-driven slide mechanism is only housing the wardrobe, so not a ton of weight going on over here. As we keep meandering down this way, point out a couple of things. This is going to be the furnace exhaust on this unit. as well as a tankless on-demand hot water heater. So as long as you're plugged into water, you have no limit to the length of hot shower you can take. And then on the other side of our pass-through storage compartment, we've got a nice little water bay going in here with a hot cold shower to spray off if you should need it. We've got our black tank flush conveniently located next to our city water connection. And then here off to the left-hand side, they've got an antifreeze inlet. So down here in Florida, highly don't anticipate anybody winterizing their unit, but if you needed to, you've got the option. And last thing I'll point out is to feed all of those lines up in here, they've created this little hole going on. This is gonna keep all of your water stuff tucked into the coach should you be in that cold weather. Quick little side note, something I missed walking by here, but as well as the rear backup camera prep, we have side camera prep as well. So easy plug and play systems for both the side of the RV and the rear. That means if you put your left-hand turn signal on, you see down the left-hand side of the coach. And let's go ahead and back it up and get one more look at the outside of the 2026 Forest River Sabre 37 RV miles. All right, let's get your first look on the inside of this bad boy. This thing is awesome. Holy cow. Walking in here feels like walking into a small apartment. I'm gonna do my best to go in some sort of order, but there's so much to talk about. I'm gonna struggle here. So right as we walk into the door, you'll be greeted with a nice little coffee bar or air frying style of station here. They definitely anticipate that this is gonna be a coffee bar though, because we've got a hidden little feature going on. So right underneath this cabinet over on the left-hand side, if you pull this down, we've got K-cup storage. I mean, what a cute little idea this is. East to West was the first that I had seen to do it on putting those storage compartments underneath a shelving unit, but that's a nice idea and it's a nice touch to see from Sabre. Moving out though, we've got plenty of storage going on over here. Right as you walk in, there's storage everywhere in this camper. So we've got a nice shelf up above and then an ultra wide drawer compartment down here below. Like I said, they are wasting zero space and we will see many of these going on here in a second. Let's go ahead and swing that back inside. Out and around. Couple more compartments and small drawers over here to the left, as well as power, USB-A, USB-C. And then up above here, these pantry doors are gonna have like a fogged glass kind of material going on. As you can see, this particular unit rolled onto the lot and sold less than 24 hours later. However, I'm gonna put a link in the description. We have a couple more incoming, and so you can check out the pricing on that. Moving over, we do have a 16 cubic foot Everchill refrigerator. The cool feature on this one though is gonna be these double drawers going on. This is gonna prevent you having to dig through a bunch of frozen goods just to get to the thing at the very, very bottom there. But then on the fridge portion, you get tons and tons of space in here. So, I mean, this is almost every bit as big as a residential refrigerator, maybe even bigger than some residential refrigerators. Let me swing over to the left here and check out our command station for our kitchen setup. As you can see, because the slide goes in over the countertop, you get a ton of countertop space, not including this extension off here to the side, as well as, jump in real quick, our dog bowls. How cute, another little space-saving feature. Moving up though, you can see we've got our fancy schmancy TikTok style sink. They've got the drink sprayer off to the left-hand side, middle sprayer, vegetable washer, as well as a cutting board. And I always like to point it out. Let's go ahead and look over here. Huge trash can and dedicated trash can storage, but this is much bigger than most of the ones I'm used to. I have no idea what the square footage of this trash can is, but it's big enough that it's gonna last you quite a while. Moving over here, we've got a bunch of storage underneath the sink. I like that they've left it open if you want to add your own shelves in there. You're not limited to where they put their shelves. And then 3 drawers on top of one another for our cutlery or anything that you're going to be using inside the kitchen. Moving to the right, you can see we've got the upgraded 3-burner and their wide set Furrion stove here, as well as the oven down below. This is going to be a little bit taller and deeper than what you're typically accustomed to, even in fifth wheels, making it so you can bake the biscuits in the morning and not burn the middle of the biscuits in the morning. And then up above here, we've got a full-on convection microwave. So if you want to air fry, bake potatoes, anything and everything, you've got the microwave to do it. And then tons of storage on each side of the microwave here. So same style of compartment doors as the other one, and plenty deep. Moving over to the right-hand side, a little bit more narrow, but same on the depth. You're probably looking at a good foot or so. And then they always have this little storage compartment above the microwave. Very difficult to get to, however, it's there if you need it. Let's go ahead and back it up a little bit here. Swing you around, get a look at that L-shaped couch. Across from the kitchen here, and when you're doing your dishes, you do have a nice window to look at. You can see we've put the freestanding dinette here, and if you can see it down there, there are outlets on the dinette itself, so you could use that as a workstation if you needed so. And check this out, to the left of the dinette here, we've got a full dedicated pantry storage. They are not lacking on this unit at all in the storage department. This pantry is every bit of 2 feet deep or so. And then check this out, on the corners here, they've left you a little bit of space. If you wanted to put a broom, you have that option because they didn't bring the shelves all the way to the front of the pantry. Very slick. Swinging around and looking at a couple of our fancy mood lighting things. That's another Sabre Sweet 16. So they put these LED light strips up above the crown molding up here. And then they're also adding LED light strips into the actual solid surface countertops. Moving towards the living room area though, I mean, this is a killer floor plan for the full-timers out there. Most of your full-timers are going to be looking at rear kitchens or front livings. This is going to change the game though a little bit. As you can see, we've got a massive 70-inch TV going on up here, accompanied by, again, a massive fireplace down below. Now, this is going to put out 5,000 BTUs of heat just like the rest of them. You've just got an oversized actual display for the fireworks. And then swinging around here, talking about the couch a little bit. This cushion and this cushion are both movable, and you have to move it to bring the slide in, but both of these are going to recline. And then this double love seat looking cushion off to the left here is going to turn into a bed should you need it. So let me go ahead and demonstrate that real quick because this is the kind that I really like. All right, checking this thing out, I believe, so East to West was the one that originally had come out with this, or at least who I saw had done it first. But it seems to be available to all of Forest River now in 2025. So swinging it out, it's a one-piece kind of movement here. You've got a huge bed. Now this is aside from the bunk room in there. Flip down your headboard, and at 6'2" or so, my feet are right there on the end. My head is right here. I'm very comfortable, and I've still got room for probably a partner. You could make this work for most folks out there. So solid bed, and I love the ease. All right, moving up above that pull-out couch is probably going to be my only gripe on the entire camper here, and that's going to be the choice of shades that they've gone with. They've chosen to go with the zebra style shades, meaning right now we are in the daytime mode, but if you were to pull it down and line those black lines up, that's going to put it into your night mode. These style of shades work just fine. They do the job as far as shades go. Personally, I think they feel a little bit weird. I don't know how, if I'm into it or not, but one cool little side feature is gonna be, if you put it up and down super fast, you've got a disco going on. No, in all actuality, these shades are okay. They're just not my favorite in the world, but drop a comment down below. I'd be super curious to know if I'm in the minority for that one. Moving down towards the back of the coach into our bunk room area, check this thing out. So you're going to move down these steps into the drop frame portion. You can see we've got another one of those pull-out style couches going on. This is going to be your wardrobe up above. And then above all of these, with 3 feet of headroom, you've got double bunk bed areas up here. Let me jump up here just to make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, I'll tell you what, this RV is exceeding my expectations every corner that I look at. As I come up here, the first thing that strikes me, I'm sitting straight up. So this is really cool. You've got plenty of space here to put one full-on twin-size bed. I guess if you had a couple little kids, let me show you what I'm looking at here. Spin us around. You've got like an L-shaped area going on up here right in front of my knee. So you could put a bed here and a cushion there, and if you had 2 small kids, you could make it work. They've also ran 110 and USB-A, USB-C here on this back wall if you wanted to add in a small TV to work off the Wi-Fi. And then over to the right-hand side, you do get a couple small storage compartments, as well as your window here in the rear. So the kiddos get all the views here in the morning at the 37 RV miles. Very, very cool. And I figured the best way to demonstrate this bunk room here in the bottom is just gonna be putting the camera down and showing you how everything works. So on this closet portion, all across this right-hand side here, we're gonna have our hanging storage. It's got a big bar going across the middle there. And then over to the left-hand side is gonna be our shelving unit. So that's gonna allow you to put your socks and your drawers and your pants and all that kind of stuff. You can fold it up very nice and neat right in that area. Below this, we've got a hidden storage compartment, or if you need to work from home and you didn't want to work on the dinette, you can pop this first part down and we've got a freestanding desk now, which is very, very cool. Like I said, lots to talk about in here, so I'm going to be quick. Moving around to the side here, we've got an additional massive drawer that goes out. Let me grab this for you because you got to see this. Look how big this is. This is every bit of probably 2.5 by 2.5 foot or so for a drawer that goes underneath everything. Most manufacturers would have just left this as space that was wasted, but not Sabre. They killed it on this engineering design. Sliding that back in, and then below the steps that I walked in, another drawer is going on in here. So same thing as before, this is gonna be more hidden storage. Every bit as deep though as the first one over there. Check this out. These are the steps that I had to swing up out of the way. But who's doing this? This is really, really cool stuff. And then the final thing, oh, there we go. Let's see here. There we go. And then the final thing that I wanted to talk about here is gonna be our new projector style system. So rather than put a TV back here, they've included a projector screen, and right above my head here is a projector that if you turn it on and you get your zebra shades going down, we've got a whole movie room going on in here. Very, very cool, Sabre. All about this bunk room design. I love it. All right, and as I make my way out of this bunk room, you've got to check out this porch, and I want to point out that on both sides you can get in and out of the porch. So we'll go in from the right-hand side here. Check this out. So on the front here, they've chosen to go with a plexiglass type of material, and so it almost creates the illusion that there is no end to the porch. So if you can imagine your beautiful campsite sitting right out here, you've got the whole crew rocking and rolling. This is a total party pad here. And then moving to the other side that we can go in and out of, slide that to the side, get our door going over, and now we're back into the living portion of the coach. I mean, this is a very, very well-designed RV. Moving up though, this is our restroom area. And again, lots to talk about here. So we've got a one-piece fiberglass shower, huge feature, as well as a porcelain toilet. They give you plenty of linen storage off to the left-hand side on this roller style drawer. Very, very slick. And then as far as head height in the shower, we are rocking. So check this out. As I get in here, I've got a bunch of space. So I've got elbow room. I don't feel like the skylight is right on my noggin. They've given us an upgraded, shower nozzle, which is super cool. And then swinging you back around, check out the way that they finished off this mirror. So Forest River's taking a little bit of pride in this one. They're throwing their logo in it. And behind this beautiful looking mirror is actually going to be a medicine cabinet. So as you can see, they have missed absolutely nothing on this floor plan. They've even given us a small space below the sink here to put a trash can, as well as additional storage underneath the sink portion. Alrighty folks, and moving out of the restroom and into the master bedroom area. Woo! Check it out. Lots of accent lighting going on in here. It's a very, very beautiful design. As you can see above the bed here, we've got the same style projector going on. which is going to go right in front of your face. So again, movie watching is the move in here. But then behind this screen, we've got a massive window facing the campsite. So lots of natural light, good visibility in here. Below your window is going to be 4 drawers for your drawers. And as you can see off to the side, they're using a little bit thicker plywood, but they are stapling these drawers. It's just something to be noted. And then over to the left-hand side of the bed here, we're going to have our power for 110, USB-A, USB-C, some additional storage. And over to the right-hand side of the bed is going to be our full, not walk-in, but almost walk-in closet, which can house both your washer and your dryer here on the left-hand side. And then just check it out. Overall, the design on this coach, they did a very, very good job. Let's go ahead and get you one more look at the 2026 Sabre 37RV Miles. Alrighty guys, thank you so much to everybody who has made it to this point in the video. It truly means the world to me. I say it every week because that's how I feel. So thank you, thank you, thank you. This fifth wheel was a super easy choice. I was a little bit on a time crunch. Like I had mentioned earlier in the video, if you're interested in purchasing one of these, I'm going to drop a link in the description down below. But overall, I mean, what an awesome fifth wheel. How many great features we've got going on from the side patio. Absolutely killer. We've got projector screens coming in 2025 now. It's a little bit wild. And then overall, just the space and the storage in here. They did not waste anything. I love the compartments that are underneath the steps over there. The ultra deep drawer right as you walk in the door there. Sabre killed it with this floor plan. So let me know what you think down in the comments below if you guys enjoyed this one. And yeah, just like normal, I got another one coming for you next Friday that I'm super excited to share. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.